Welcome to the Net Nanny video tutorial series. In this video we're going to walk you through the installation of Net Nanny for your Android device. On my screen here you can see that I've got a couple of windows up. I've got a standard web browser open to show you a couple of pages there. And I've got a screen monitor here. This is actually showing us what is currently on the screen of my Android phone. So this is a real world example, so I can show you exactly how this works from start to finish. So here in Net Nanny, once you purchase Net Nanny for Android from Products here, Products Android, once you finish your purchase, you're going to get a receipt email. This will let you know that you are set up on Net Nanny's side, ready to go. What you need is this email address here you use to register and purchase Net Nanny, because your Net Nanny for Android install is going to be tied to this email address. You have a couple of ways of getting Net Nanny for Android onto your phone or other Android device. The first one is to go to the Google Play Store here online and search for Net Nanny. And you'll see Net Nanny for Android comes right up from here. You can actually install this directly to your phone or Android device from here. Just log in with your Google account tied to your phone and install. But the easier way to do it, I think, is just to install it directly from your phone. On your phone, you have a link right to the Play Store here, so I'm going to click that. And it's going to take us to the Google Play Store. From here, click the search icon in the upper right and just enter Net Nanny. And you see that in my search results, automatically this comes up, the Net Nanny for Android. We're just going to click that. And that'll take us to the Net Nanny for Android page. From here, it's easy enough. We just click the install button. This will take us to the screen where we can check what it's going to do to our phone. We accept and download. And that's going to start the download process. And at least on my phone here, if I look at my status, we can see here and watch that download. With the download complete, now we're installing. Now that the installation is finished, we need to make sure that this is tied to your account. So we're not actually done yet. So on here, I'm going to click My Net Nanny for Android. You could click it here, or alternately, we could go to our home screen. Go to our applications and find the Net Nanny browser where that ends up in your list. So I'm going to hit that. What this is going to do is take me to the configuration screen first. So we need to tie the device. So let's hit continue. And this is going to open a little browser window that'll take you to a Net Nanny login window. And what we need to do is just enter our email and password we set up when we purchased Net Nanny for Android. And I hit submit. On this next screen, what we need to do first is set up a user profile for this device. Now, if this were a device I was setting up for a child or someone else in my household, I would set up the user here. This is already telling us here that we have an admin user already set up. In fact, if I scroll down on the phone here, then it's showing that Kevin is already set up as an adult. And if we hit the link button, that would link this phone to me. But we don't want to do that. We are setting up this device, let's say, for a fictional child named Alice. So we're going to create a user and select a user profile. Now remember, this works similar to Net Nanny for Windows and Net Nanny for Mac in that when you select a profile, that's just a starter level of protection with some basic settings appropriate for that age group. You can customize all this on your online profile later. So for now, I'm just going to select a user profile and say that Alice is a preteen, and I'm going to link this phone. This screen here lets me know that the device is successfully linked. This phone is now linked to Alice, and it is going to go through a little update if there's any updates available, so that's a good thing. So this is now linked to Alice, and I can manage the protection online. And I want to demonstrate how some of this protection works, just to give you an idea. So once this quick update is done here, we're going to resynchronize with the servers to make sure everything's up to date. And we're done. This handy message at the top lets us know that our device is protected, and it's now been registered for user Alice. So now, at the bottom here, you can't see, but there is a button that says Browse the Web, but I'm going to run I'm going to head to the home screen here and just show you to give you an idea of what the protection looks like. So if we try to open our regular internet browser here on the home screen, what this screen tells us first thing is that Net Nanny has blocked any other internet browser that we might want to launch, including the default one. It gives us the option to use Net Nanny instead. If we try to bypass that by hitting allow with the regular browser, it's going to ask me to go ahead and log in with my name and password. Now this is a precautionary measure. If the user, let's say Alice, tries to get around using the Net Nanny browser, this will stop Alice and make sure that we can only use the Net Nanny browser. So what I like to do, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my home screen. I'm going to take the default internet icon here. I'm going to move that to a different screen. Then in its place, you can do this. You'll have to look up how to do this on your device, but we want to personalize the display. This is how it works on mine at least. I'm going to add an app shortcut. Scroll down. And there's the Net Nanny browser. So when I select that, it's going to put the Net Nanny browser right on my home screen. That way you can go right to the Net Nanny browser. And I'm just going to show you the basic level of protection we get. I'm going to go up and just show you a couple of searches here. So if we can go to kid-friendly sites. If we try to access something else, Net Nanny has blocked this page for us because it is a pornographic website, and this lets us know. So any of the things we'd want to keep off the phone for a preteen have now been completely blocked. We can do the same thing for porn searches. It will filter the search results so that we only get the results we want. If we try and search for other things, then it's going to block that right off the bat. So this is a standard Google search that is filtered by the Net Nanny browser, won't let us have access to it. There's a couple of other things we can try and search for. If we try and search for this term, for example, Net Nanny is going to block this page because it is a weapon-related website, or that would have been weapon-related search results, rather. Now, we can customize this level of protection, and we'll cover more in depth in a different video. If we log in at netnanny.com, you see one of our login options here is Manage My Android Product Settings. Log in with your same name and password, email address and password, rather. Then we get our Net Nanny admin access screen. Now, once Net Nanny for Android has the opportunity to sync with the Content Watch servers, you will be able to see the activity that Alice here has been up to. You'll see the blocked sites, you'll see the count, you'll see the categories here of what was blocked. If we come over here to our Users tab, you'll see the user Alice, and when she was last seen using it, there's the admin account, which is me. If we want to set up overrides, we can do so here, and we can look at devices here, and we can see the devices that are linked to this account. We can see that the HTC Desire phone is linked to Alice, so we can manage everything from right here, right from your Net Nanny screen, and those settings will automatically appear on your Net Nanny for Android. So that should give you a basic overview of how to install Net Nanny for Android. Thanks for watching.